Hello Scorpio, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is your monthly bonus reading. This is going to be for the next 2 weeks from now until the end of January. We're going to see what the energy is and what's going on with you. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video if you don't mind. It'll really help us out with the algorithm. Now we're going to take a look into your general energies for the next 2 weeks. It's very important that you remain open and receptive to whatever might come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. I can read the energy that comes through, but I can't always make sense of every detail. So very often that final step is up to you. I know that was kind of sad and sorry, wasn't it? Anyway, we've got a 6 of Wands, so let's put that into some context, all right? And yeah, I'm a little embarrassed by that. I think my hands are just really cold today. Anyway, maybe that's a good thing though. Maybe a little hiccup like that is what we need to kind of pull us out of our routine, out of our kind of dreamlike state of existence, right? It kind of wakes us up a little bit when something unexpected happens. It kind of brings us to ourselves again, brings us into a more full consciousness, right? And so I'm a big fan of that. We're going to do our bonus card, mystery card, confirmation card from the Antique Anatomy Tarot deck. This is pre-shuffled. I'm going to pull just a card from the middle here. Let's see if I can just get one card. There we go. And we're not going to look at that until the very end of the reading, so definitely stick around. And we're going to see if that will tie things together or give us the confirmation that we're looking for, okay? So, let's see, we've got some earth, some fire, some water, some fire, fire, water, a little bit of earth, a couple of majors. Seems like a fair balance of cards, okay? It seems pretty good. I think that you are involved with a group of people with whom there is a lot of reliance on each other, right? There's like a lot of shared responsibility, or everybody kind of depends on everybody else. I don't know if this is in your home or in your workplace or something, but there are a lot of people that are involved here, and they all have specific roles or duties or responsibilities that are critical to the overall operation, okay? And I think what's really going on this week is that somebody kind of falls out of their role a little bit. Somebody causes a little bit of a ruckus or disturbs this delicate balance that we have, this harmony, this cooperation. Somebody like gets out of line, or they neglect their duties, or they kind of like they just stop doing it or something, and that's throwing the entire balance like out of whack, okay? And I think it's a fire sign person. I think that they maybe are the new person here, either in your home if you have a lot of roommates or something, or a large family. Or it's in your workplace, or maybe a community organization, a church, lodge, temple, order, something like that. But there's a new person, and they're not really holding up their end, right? They're not fulfilling their responsibilities like the rest of you are. So it's threatening this 6 of Wands, this cooperation, this harmony, right? It's kind of like when I kind of fumbled the cards there. It just wakes everybody up. It shakes us out of our kind of robotic routine that we're in, and makes us acutely aware of ourselves and of our environment, right? And I think that might be important for you. It might be a necessary thing that there's this little shaking up of things to wake us up and bring us to a little bit of self-consciousness, okay? In the recent past, I feel this lust or strength card is really a passion that you have found involved in this group, doing this work that you're doing, or in this organization, or with this group of people. Could be a book club, I don't know. But I think that you've really found like your spot. Like this really feels where you shine. You really can be your best self in this group, in this environment. And I think it is really good for you. I think it's a way for you to express your power, your magical abilities, your highest self. I really feel like you're truly who you are when you're doing this work and you're involved in this group. I don't know what kind of work it is or what kind of organization it is, but I feel like you really fit in well. Like you love being in this spot. But now there's this kind of new person that's shaking things up and disturbing this delicate balance, which is good, like I said, on the one hand, because it kind of wakes us up. It brings us out of our kind of robotic routine and makes us more aware of ourselves and of the environment, you know? And I think it's interesting because we see the fire that led to this nice, routine, balanced, harmonious fire. Then comes in this little troublemaker to upset this balance. And out of this nice routine, this nice flow of fire, comes this water element. So this is like your emotions now are really getting shaken up by this. You find yourself kind of getting mad or like getting upset about this disturbance. Okay? And I think this has some deeper meanings for you. I think this goes a lot deeper than you just being upset about this new person coming in and kind of shaking things up or like not really fitting in, kind of. It's bringing up a lot of issues for you. Okay, so we're going to come back to that. Beneath the surface, we have this Hierophant card. This is another card that tells me this is a larger group of people that you're associating with. Okay, so this could be a church, a religious organization, community organization, a school maybe, university, could be the workplace, could be the home. But it's a larger group of people, and I think that everybody has particular roles, right? And by you doing your specific duties, you're helping everybody else, and vice versa. When everyone else kind of does what they're responsible for, it helps everybody as a whole. Okay, so we have the Hierophant there. Up above everything, we have the Wheel of Fortune. I think that you are really looking at this, your role in this organization, as really your true purpose, right? I think it was definitely a way for you to express your passion. You really feel enthusiastic about this, right? A lot of energy and excitement when you go to do this work, and being involved in this group is very exciting for you, very motivating. I think you also feel like this is where you're supposed to be. This is what you're meant to be doing. This is where you're meant to be. It's your purpose, right? Your destiny. And so it's even more upsetting when this troublemaker comes in and either doesn't fit in, or they cause a little bit of an upset or a disturbance. Okay? There's a little bit of a disturbance in the flow. But that's a good thing, because it's bringing up a lot of emotions for you that you might not have dealt with fully. And I don't quite know what those are. But I can see that this energy is all pointing towards this upset. And I don't know that this is just as simple as you're just kind of annoyed at this person, right? I think there's deeper things going on that need to be dealt with, and this might just be the catalyst that's bringing all of this water to the surface now for you to realize, recognize, and deal with, right? Let's move over to the Path of the Serpent and see what we can learn maybe about this water energy. I do want to say, though, that these cards are always correct, okay? But sometimes as the interpreter, I might not understand your particular situation fully. So it's very important for you to connect directly with these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond just what I'm saying. Okay. So your general energy is, interestingly, a Queen of Wands. This is the watery aspect of fire. This is someone who is living their creativity, living in their moment, living in all of this fire energy that we saw. Let me get this fire energy back. You're living in this fire energy, okay? This Queen of Wands. But underneath the surface in here, there's some water, right? The queens are always the watery aspect of the element, of the suit that they're in. So this is some water hiding beneath the surface here, and these are this issue. Whatever these issues are, this water here, is what this Queen of Wands is kind of concealing. Something beneath the surface. And it could be, an instance where whatever these issues are kind of manifesting in, unconscious ways. They might come out as you being a little short-tempered with people, a little bit easily annoyed at people, like particular people like this. It could be kind of manifesting in other ways. But I think there's an indication here that there is some water beneath the surface that hasn't been dealt with yet, hasn't been brought to the surface, assimilated, processed, whatever, integrated, whatever it needs to happen. Okay? And then furthermore, we see kind of the exact opposite. This was the watery aspect of the fire suit. Well, the Knight of Cups is the fiery aspect of the water suit. So this is inside out, right? Your general energy is this fiery personality concealing a little bit of that water. And now this is you being steeped in your emotions now. All of this water now, through this incident, has come to the surface, and now you're surrounded by this water, and it's coming out in this fiery way. So you're kind of inside out, right? So there is something deeper going on that now has literally kind of turned you inside out. Has instead of the water being inside, being kind of concealed by this fire, now this water is pouring out of you, and it's kind of unstoppable. So I think it's time that we really deal with that and figure out what are the deeper issues here that are kind of causing this outpouring of the water energy. Okay, because there's something that hasn't quite been dealt with yet. So it's got you kind of inside out, right? And this is happening in this environment that you're in this group, in this school, university, organization, church, workplace, maybe in your home, wherever this is taking place. This is just the theater. This is just the arena, the stage where all of these actors are performing their roles, you know. What we have in the next card, the position of your fears, worries, and concerns, is this Ace of Wands. It's almost a fear that if you were to process this energy, it would kind of escape from you uncontrollably. It would be just this unstoppable kind of rage or anger or short-temperedness. It would be like a match here in the tinderbox. I think that's the analogy. Is that right? Something like that. And so this is kind of your fear. I think maybe this is why you don't consciously acknowledge this energy. It could be that this water really is just a lot of gasoline, you know, and you're trying to kind of just keep it at bay, because if it does come to the surface, it's going to be rather hard to deal with, difficult, maybe. I'm putting it nicely here. So that could be a concern coming your way, okay? Something to be aware of. The final card that we see on the path of the serpent is this Queen of Pentacles. Now, this is someone who's got this really crystallized, solidified, sturdy, stable, grounded earth energy with a little bit of that water beneath the surface still. So this is like, we're not getting rid of the water. We're not trying to eliminate it or forget about it. We're trying to assimilate it and build it into us, integrate it. It's part of us, but it is what helps us to solidify ourselves, to stabilize our lives, and not volatilize our life, to fix, right? To make stable. So this is a different way of utilizing some of that water energy. And I think that's the natural result from fire to earth of processing whatever these issues are, whatever this water, whatever this gasoline is. Processing that so we can go from this volatile to this fixed and stable state. All right? That's pretty much it in a nutshell. And I think this message really needed to be heard today. I think it was very important that we dealt with this energy. This mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. I don't want to speculate. I don't want to beat around it. Okay, this is going to be the Seven of Wands. So this is interesting because this is still dealing with the fire energy. Okay, and with the Seven, it's like how do we triumph over this fire, right? How do we triumph over the fire energy that we're so worried about here? Because we have this situation that we started with. Remember the group of people where there's this cooperation, this flow. Is this fire energy here too? So it could be that the reason why you connect with this group of people so well is because they have the same kind of fire energy that you've got right now, right? But with the seven here, it's like we have to still kind of triumph over this, especially as it kind of turns us inside out through this water energy. It's still fire here too, right? So the confirmation here is basically saying that you've got to just you've got to just be brave and confront this thing head on. The Seven of Wands is very much a kind of a meek figure that's up against a huge Goliath, right? A David and Goliath kind of thing. The odds are tremendous. It's a tremendous foe. But you've got heart, you've got commitment, you've got the courage and the bravery to do it. You've got all of this fiery energy. Remember, we started with this lust or strength card. This is some tremendous energy, self-control, your own personal power. So you can approach this enemy or this foe, and you can be victorious. It just takes that courage, and it takes the willingness to confront these issues head on and deal with them. You know, it just takes the courage. I think that's the confirmation. I thank you so much for letting me read for you today. I tried to keep this as short as possible. It felt like I wasn't going to do a reading today for Scorpio, but it felt like there was this really kind of urgent issue that needed some talking through. Okay, so I thank you so much for letting me read for you today. I do personal readings. You can become a member to the channel to get access to all of the extended readings that we do. Just check out the description to the video and it'll tell you everything that you need to know. Thanks again for letting me read for you today. This was your, I guess, your monthly tarot reading for the last 2 weeks of January, from now to the end of January 2023, here on Dove and Serpent Tarot.